Mizuno's been on a heater, but does that continue with the Rebellion Flash 3? Find out in today's full review. Welcome back to the channel. I am Cody with The Shoe with Cody, and today we got ourselves a good one. We are talking about the Mizuno Rebellion Flash 3. Had this shoe for a little while now, put about maybe 34 miles into the shoe, and I have a lot to say. In this video, I'm going to talk about the fit, the good, the bad, and the verdict. Should you buy this shoe? Yeah, this shoe right here. Now, before I dive into all that goodness, I do have to tell you one thing. Mizuno did send me this shoe for a review, but they have no idea what I'm going to say in this video or have control over any of my content. I also have a big favor to ask you all. Hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. You know you want to. Costs you absolutely nothing, but it definitely helps the channel. Now let's sit back, relax, and let's talk about the Mizuno Rebellion Flash 3. To kick this video off, I'm going to talk about the fit, and honestly for me folks, true to size, I am a men's 9.5, and 9.5 in the Mizuno Flash 3 worked very nicely, no issues at all. My toe was able to have enough spot up at the front, so I wasn't hitting the toe box, really no issues there. The other thing I found really nice about the shoe, because this shoe is really made for those speed days, the toe box was accommodating. It actually accommodated my foot really nicely. I was really worried, because a lot of times when I get a speed day, kind of speed specific shoe, it's race-like upper. We're talking about very tight here, which I can appreciate, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's a little too much for my foot with my widest foot. Happy to report, guys, the toe box worked really nicely for me. I was able to not only do short runs for speed, also go long runs, and my foot, especially in the heat, was able to swell up a little bit, and I didn't get any rubbing here nor here. The other thing I'm going to point out too, toe box volume. Again, no issues at all. I always like to point that out because the last thing you want is to get a blister on top of your toes, especially when they overlap the logo on top. So if you look right there, you do not want to have rubbing right there. So happy to report, again, the toe box volume was really nice. The width of the shoe was really nice, and the overall length was true to size. Again, my 9.5 worked perfectly fine. I'm typically a 9.5 in most Mizunos, and again, it worked for the Flash 3. Now, because I'm a positive guy, I'm going to start with the positives. And honestly, for me, the number one has to be the Mizuno Energy XP. Whew, look at that. It honestly, to me, it just felt so nice underfoot. It felt smooth. That's the one word I kept using. I felt smooth in the shoe. When I was going those moderate paces, for me, that's like an 8-minute pace, I felt smooth. When I was picking the pace up a little bit at, like, say, the 7s, I felt really smooth. That roll technology felt really nice with my stride. And when I dropped the hammer for speed work, which I did 4x400s and I did a little 800s kind of mixing in there, I felt like I could be on top of my toes and just poof, pushing it, and I felt fast. And then I also did hill repeats, which were 30 seconds up and then like a minute down, 30 seconds up, so kind of paint the picture. And again, I felt super fast. We were dropping the hammer. I did it with one of my buddies. We were in the low 6s and occasionally the 5s. In the stride, going uphill, I also felt really strong, but it also helped accommodate my foot. When I kind of was tired going down the hill, it worked really nicely. I really like the foam, and I just like the roll in the shoe. It just fits really nice. Huge plus for me also is I gotta talk about the width one more time. Again, when I get a speed shoe, something with a carbon plate, sometimes the width just kind of bothers me a little bit. My foot can work, but it does feel squished. Happy to report it's not an issue for me, and I'm really happy with that. The other one I really like about the shoe, so it's really popular now to have like a plated speed day shoe that can also flex for your long run, and it does. And I felt really good doing my long runs in it, going double digits. I felt really smooth, so I was able to again lock it in around that 8 pace, kind of warm the legs up a little bit, get into the 7s, and I felt really good. Again, long runs in the training block, I think this is where this shoe comes really nicely because it feels great on speed work, but it can also, because of the foam they're using and the technology and the great lockdown, you can just kind of cruise for days. The other thing is lockdown. I just mentioned it. I tied this in and it was good to go. No issues at all. After I got it by a couple miles, and I'll get into the negatives about that, but again, for the lockdown, no issues at all. And the last thing I'm going to say is the looks. I really like the looks of it. I'm a sucker for an all-white shoe, but I like the gray into the white with the red. It just pops. It just, for me personally, it just looks really good, and I'm happy with it. This shoe I'm going to put in 2 different categories. Long run, when you're kind of pushing the pace a little bit, moderate day runs. That means I'm going out. I'm not going for an easy run. I'm going into, for me personally, like an 8, kind of pushing the pace a lot. What my legs be, speed work, and hill repeats. If you're looking for a shoe for those categories, this one really excels in them. With the good, you do know there has to be some bad. And honestly, there's not a lot of bad, but there are a couple that I gotta point out. So I talked about how the fit was really nice, and it was. It worked out really nicely. I had no real issues with this. But kind of weirdly, my heel had to break in. So the first run in the first video I did, I mentioned, hey, I got a little heel lifted. Like I felt like my foot was lifting out. And maybe it just was just too rough, or it wasn't the shape of my ankle yet. I'm not 100% sure, but I felt like that. I didn't get blistering, but I made that comment in my first impressions. Then the next run, I kind of focused on, made sure my tongue was where it needs to be, and I had no issues again. First run, I had some concerns. After that, I felt like this kind of shaped to my ankle, and I had no issues, but I do want to point that out. I did have a little heel lift at first, and I did feel a little rubbing. Didn't cause blistering, but I do want to call that out. The other thing is, I really don't like the tongue. Really don't like the tongue. It is not a gusseted tongue, and the reason why I don't, sometimes these tongues, it rolls a little bit inside, so I would have to really play with this tongue, and I don't like when my tongue bunches, especially on a long run. You do not want to be out there for double digits and your tongue is creating some issues. It's not much material, it's very breathable, but because it doesn't have much material, it bends in a little bit. So I had to play a lot with that. That was a big issue for me. Not a deal breaker, but it is one of those things. I hate having to play with the tongue. Give me a gusseted tongue, and I think it makes it a huge difference. The other thing is, there's a crater right here. And any shoe with a crater like this, keep in mind, if you're running on gravel or now becoming fall, if acorns are falling, I got one stuck in here. I didn't know it until after the run. But again, just something to keep in mind. The other thing to point out, this shoe, and I'm gonna say this about the whole Rebellion line, so keep this in mind, is an aggressive shoe. If you're trying to go slow in this shoe, don't even look at this shoe. Dude, this shoe does not wanna go slow. If you wanna be a heel striker, I personally would say no go. The heel striking was not good. A couple times when I'm running, I can admit this, sometimes my form gets a little lazy. When it hits the heel, it becomes very unstable. If you're on your toes, I actually found it pretty darn stable. Heels, not the case. So again, the big ones really for me are the tongue. Didn't like the tongue, the gusseted tongue, make it a gusseted tongue. Getting the acorn stuck in here. And if you are a heel striker, I'm telling you, walk away. I just don't think you're gonna like the shoe. I think it's gonna be way too unstable for you, and you're just not gonna enjoy the ride. You heard the good, you heard the bad, and now you want my verdict. Should you buy the shoe? Honestly, for me, I think this one continues the heater for Mizuno. It's $180, which seems to be on par for a lot of those speed day shoes. If you're looking for a shoe for like a marathon block, for a training block, where you wanna be able to go long in it, you're gonna wanna do speed work in it and maybe hill repeats, go that moderate pace, I think you're really going to enjoy this shoe. If you're a heel striker, I will say it again, walk away. This shoe is way too unstable for a heel striker. I won't even just walk away. Don't even close the cart, close it out. Heel striking, I just don't see it working. If you're not a more middle to forefront striker, it's personally, I think you're just gonna end up fighting the shoe. Again, I was just surprised how much I like this shoe. At first, I was kind of like, whoa, what am I getting myself into? But the more I ran in this one, the more I trained in it, the more I liked it. The foam felt fantastic, and the ride just gave me the little extra support I need. It has a really nice ride. Not a shoe for going slow. Keep that in mind if you want a shoe that also goes slow, because a lot of times these like super trainer, super speed shoes, you can do a little bit of everything in it. This is a category I would not put it in it. I'll give you long runs, speed work, hill repeats, and moderate paces. You're set. Recovery, slower paces, this shoe again wants to be aggressive. I just wouldn't recommend it. But again, for $180, I think if you're looking for a speed day shoe, long run shoe, kind of flexing in those kind of areas, buy this shoe. I don't think you're gonna be upset. You heard the good, you heard the bad, and you heard my verdict. Now I want to hear from you. Have you tried the Mizuno Rebellion Flash 3? Did you like it? Did you love it? Hey, be honest with me. Did you hate it? Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'm really curious to see what y'all have to say. Again, I've enjoyed it, but I want to hear from you. And again, remember to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. This channel does not happen without you all. And again, until next time, I'll see you all out on the run. Thanks for checking out this latest review. Don't forget, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and check out some of the other rad content that I've dropped out on the channel.